14 on the play. First down, 1st and 10, Leominster.
All right, folks, again, sorry about the technical difficulties. I will say it seemed like we tried to recuperate our stream there, Jake, at a good time because we didn't really miss too much action.
Just a quick 3-0 for Wachusett.
And Lopez looked like he's trying to make something out of nothing here. And that is the ball. The ball is out. And I believe that was Caden. I think that was Caden Lane.
Fumble on the play. Fumble. Number 2, Carlin. Recovered by your Wachusett Mountaineers. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10, Wachusett. From the Blue Devil 49-yard line.
All right, Jake, let's get our bases back here. A lot of action here. Technical difficulties. We've had pretty much everything. The biggest crowd I think I've ever seen here. And on first down, we have a give to Jack Smith. Going to bring up 2nd and 5.
Number 28, Smith with the carry.
Now, Jake, we talked about unsung heroes here in this game. We've seen a lot of the regulars.
2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Mountaineers. From the Leominster 40.
Vecchione with a big interception, 62-yard touchdown. If you guys are tuning in late.
The big interception as well from Vecchione.
And on 2nd down, they give it to Smith. Smith with a stiff arm, tries to get the edge on the right. It's going to be 3rd and very short in Blue Devil territory.
Gain of 2.
It'd be big for Wachusett to pick up a first down here and keep the ball in their hands.
Anderson lining up in the pistol. He's got Vecchione, and I believe that is Anderson picking up the first down with his feet.
Number 2, Anderson with the carry.
And that's going to be good enough for a Wachusett first down.
Gain of 10 on
Now,
the
Jake,
play.
we hear all the talk in the world about
down,
Lopez
1st
being a
and 10
dual threat
Mountaineers
quarterback, and
from the
he
Leominster
deserves all the praise that he gets,
2-yard
but
line.
Anderson's pretty darn good.
Yeah, Zach, right now it's looking like the Tommy Anderson show versus the Lopez show.
And if we look on the screen here, we do have a comparison of the two quarterbacks. Very similar in terms of completion percentages and yardage. The same amount of touchdowns. It just so happens that Anderson has yet to throw any interceptions this year. I believe he's accounting for 1 touchdown running, and I believe Lopez has 2 of his own, but 2 very stellar campaigns by 2 phenomenal quarterbacks early on this year.
Number 7, England with the carry. Loss of 2 on the play. 3rd down, 3rd and 12.
About 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Again, Wachusett maintaining that 7-0 lead. And they give us to Smith.
Number 28, Jack Smith with
And
the
it
carry.
looks like it's going to bring up about 4th and 6 or 7, Jake.
A big 4th down. I'd say go for it.
Yeah, we talk about this every week. It seems to be that we're in what some would call no man's land.
Yeah, it looks like the
Anderson's
offense is
going to
staying
have
out.
3 receivers to his left. Hogan, Lane, and Brown. Looks like a designed screen to Lane. And it looks like Lane's got a little running room. And there's a late flag.
To number 1,
And you got to think that's going to be on the defense.
Flags on the
Yeah, I'm
play.
seeing a lot of hands up from Leominster. Like, what did I do? Might be a face mask or something.
Did look like Lane was taken down illegally, which is obviously going to benefit Wachusett on this drive.
First collar tackle against
But I
the
hate
Blue
to see it
Devils.
looks like number 1 in green is coming up a little gingerly, hobbling off the side.
First down, the Mountaineers. 1st and 10, Wachusett.
The result of the penalty will bring the Mountaineers' drive to about the 12-yard line. Anderson drops back. He's flushed out of the pocket. Evades tacklers, and boy, looks like that one was taken by a Leominster defensive back. And I think that was Ricker, if I'm not mistaken.
Touchdown, Leominster.
Yeah, Zach, that's one of those ones where it's sometimes a safer place just to throw it out of bounds. Yeah.
And I thought that was going to be the case of that. I thought Anderson was evading tacklers in the backfield with the thought to throw that one somewhere down Main Street, but looks like Leominster snaps back with a big play of their own, and we are an extra point away from a tie ball game.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Leominster.
Now Jake, big play there by Ryan Ricker. Allows us time to queue up some highlights of actually Ryan Ricker last year against Wachusett. In my opinion, he was the difference maker in that game. You can make the case for Lopez, but somebody's got to be the receiving ends of those big plays.
Yeah, Zach, and the big players show up in key moments, and we saw that right there.
Yeah, the senior receiver has had a heck of a career at Leominster and looking to continue that for the remainder of his senior campaign. After the timeout, it appears we are ready to attempt the extra point. The kick is up and no good.
The extra point is no good. 3:37 remaining in the first.
And Jake, some positive coming out of that, I guess.
You always got to look for the positive, Zach.
Got to think if that could be a difference maker in the game. Now, Jake, as we get ready for the kickoff again, just recapping, I believe Leominster's coming into this matchup at a record of 2-1, off last week, and the week prior beating Doherty Memorial by, I believe it was a touchdown, 21-14, and Wachusett coming off a big win, going out to Western Mass and beating the Minnechaug Falcons.
Yeah, Zach, it's going to be key for Wachusett to not let that get to them and keep the momentum going forward.
Yeah, they've certainly faced their fair share of adversity this year. Even just instantaneously in the beginning of these games, right? If you were to look at the end result of these games, a lot different than you would have thought it might have felt by looking at a scoreboard in quarters 1 or 2.
Yeah, Zach, definitely.
Now the Wachusett Mountaineers offense coming out, we do have finally get a chance to slow down and look at their starting offense. Not many changes despite the potential of Caden Lane on this drive. And on first down, the give is to the running back, and Smith is met for, I think, a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, Zach, the run really hasn't been there yet for the Mountaineer offense.
Yeah, Smith coming off a big game last week. We can detail that on our next break. But I think it's been really important for Wachusett to establish a good running game in all these early games this season. Anderson on second down slings the ball out to his target, Max Brown. And that's going to make that third and about 4. 4 receivers set here. Vecchione, the lone man, to Anderson's left. And it looks like a quarterback designed run. And Anderson is met for about a yard. Certainly not going to be enough for a first down. And you got to think this is punt territory here.
Yeah, I'd say so, Zach. Way too backed up on their own end.
Jake, we talked about fighting adversity. Wachusett looks a little, I don't know how to describe it, but just slow.
Sluggish, I think, Zach.
Sluggish, that's a good word. And Jake, that's interesting, being here for almost 2 hours here tonight. You can feel the atmosphere. There's probably more fans that I've ever seen in a Wachusett event. The parking lot is lined. It's going to be probably an hour to get out of here.
I hope not, Zach.
And it's just been an interesting kind of flip of a script, as a good punt there for the Mountaineers in a very beneficial role. It looks like they're fanning it down to about the 12-yard line, but nonetheless a great kick after maybe not the drive they would have hoped for.
Yeah, Zach, it's important to flip the field position if you can't get anything going on the offense.
12-yard line.
Jake, at our next break, we're going to do what we can to get an update on Caden Lane's health status.
Do we see him down there, Zach?
I do see him over on the near side. Talking with Coach Bentz with the potential that he might be needed on the next drive. And on first down, I believe the give is to Cruz.
Number 26, Chester with the carry.
Excuse me, I believe that was Mason Chester. My apologies.
Third time's a charm, Zach.
No, Jake, in my old age, my eyes are going a little bit. Thought it was a 25. I guess it was a 26.
Yeah, I can't see anything up here.
To me, it still looks like a 25. But that was Chester, the senior running back, with a productive first down run. And they're going to give it right back to Chester.
Number 26, Chester with the carry.
And Chester picks up another probably 7 yards there.
Gain of 6. It'll be second down, 2nd and 4 for Leominster.
Again, we talked with Jake. We threw around the word sluggish earlier. It seems on the last 2 plays that Chester wasn't even really touched until about 4 or 5 yards downfield.
Yeah, it just looks like good blocking, Zach, for the Leominster front.
And they have, and you got to imagine that they practice this on a regular, with the intent of providing good running lanes for their backs and providing Lopez with extra time. Now that one, a little bit of a different story.
Number 26, Chester, brought down in the backfield. Fans, that's the end of the first quarter.
And Jake, with that tackle for a loss, I believe it's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Leominster will come out of the quarter with a 3rd and short. Again, at the end of 1, the score is Wachusett 7, Leominster 6. And as we ready ourselves for the start of second quarter, Jake, let's just take a look at the highlights of last game. Again, Wachusett headed west to take on Minnechaug. Anderson was 18 of 25, 244 yards, through the air, a touchdown. Smith 93 yards and a touchdown, and a slew of Wachusett receivers were able to get into the receiving column. As Leominster was unable to pick up the first down on the first play of the second quarter.
A 4th down and 4 for the Blue Devils from their own 33-yard line.
It looks like we had a shuffle of Blue Devils where it does appear that they will bring out the punt formation. However, my eyes have done me wrong earlier, but it does appear that Lopez is the punter.
You sure that's not Chester, Zach?
I don't think so. I think 3 is pretty apparent.
Yeah.
25 and 26, that was a little tougher for me. Got to be careful for any sort of trickery here with Lopez back there. And no trickery here as Lopez kicks that away. Safely fair caught by Smith.
From their own 39-yard line.
And Jake, what do you think the temperature is here?
62.
I'm more talking about temperature of kind of have the feeling of how it is. Not the degrees Fahrenheit, but
I would say if you get something going here, you're going to be feeling a lot better if you Wachusett.
First down, and Anderson hands it to Smith.
Number 28, Smith with the carry.
And now Jake on these sweeps, it looks like either Smith is outrunning his blockers or the blockers aren't able to get in front of him.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to keep watching on that.
But after a lot of lateral running, it's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Good to see number 1, Caden Lane, back on the field in the slot. And there is Lane.
Pass complete to number 1, Lane.
Caden finding a lane over the middle.
First and 10 Mountaineers.
Bang, bang play, Zach. Let's get the ball going down the field.
On the 47-yard line.
And just like that, we find ourselves on the other side of midfield.
Looked like there was some movement on the far side from the Wachusett receiver.
I believe that was Hogan, the receiver, unable to get set there.
5-yard penalty.
Jake, haven't seen a lot of penalties, but we say it every week. Got to make sure that you were physically and mentally ready for each and every one of these plays.
Yeah, Zach, in a close game between two good teams, penalties could cost the game for you.
1st and 15 as we resume to play. Anderson with Smith behind him. He's got Vecchione on the bottom side of the screen. And the give is to Smith, and Smith's got some running room.
Number 28, Jack Smith with the carry.
And Jake, that's the Jack Smith from Minnetonka.
It's a full head of steam right there.
And just as Jack Smith was moving fast on that last play, the Mountaineers are quickly back up to the line.
Number 28, Smith with the carry.
However, a different result of that play as it was handed to Smith. 3rd and short, Jake. I'm going to say 2.
3rd down.
Yeah, it looks like about 2, maybe 1.5.
Got to think this might be one of the times that Anderson going to use a hard count to try to drop him off sides.
And it's worked for him before.
And they snap it, and Anderson keeps it, tries to get the edge. And Anderson is able to, pulled down by his jersey.
Number 2, Anderson with the carry.
And Jake, that's the 2nd time we've seen Anderson move the chains with his legs.
9 on the play. First down.
Yeah, it's important when you have a mobile quarterback where he knows to give up on the pass and take it out and pick up the 2 yards you need.
We can talk about the stats all we want, Jake, but one thing that I've been impressed with is Anderson's decision-making this year. First down as he drops back. He's got I believe that's
Pass complete.
Charlie Angelillo.
16. Angelillo.
Angelillo, another one of these Wachusett receivers that I feel like the list just goes on and on.
From the 17-yard line.
First down, I believe, on the 16-yard line. Angling in the backfield is Anderson, looks over the middle, and he's got, I think it's Angelillo again. Charlie Angelillo on the receiving end of a Wachusett touchdown.
17-yard pass.
Great play there, Zach. Get it across the middle, zip it to him.
Angelillo in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Wachusett.
And now, Jake, if some is good, more is better. Anderson finding Angelillo on the prior play and able to link up with him in the back of the end zone just there. Air on to attempt the extra point. The kick is up and good.
The extra point is good.
And the lead is now
8-17 remains in the first half
an 8-point
of play.
margin. Wachusett 14, Leominster 6.
Wachusett.
Now, Jake, we talked about this matchup being a rivalry, Mid-Wach A, but if you look at the standings, it really is a big game. Wachusett coming in here at 8th in the Division I power rankings, and Leominster at 13th.
Yeah, Zach, and I believe Wachusett was originally 7 in the beginning of the week, and somehow that got altered.
Back deep for the Blue Devils, number 6, Wilbon, and number 12, Alvarez.
Yeah, Jake, the power rankings in the state are a crazy thing. They just keep updating, and based on the strength of schedule, every game, just by nature of who you have on your schedule, I think things change. The margin of victory and the strength of schedule factoring in what goes into your actual seeding. But both very strong opponents, top 15 in the state, Division I.
Yeah, Zach, and I believe after Walpole next week, the strength of schedule isn't exactly the strongest. So getting these big wins here is going to get your points up, but you will lose them as the season goes along, beating teams or losing to Westboro. And
13 yards on the return, so the first down, 1st and 10, Leominster.
Yeah, Jake, you make a good point. The scheduling is such a factor into how these things shake out. You want to schedule good teams. You want to try to win. You want to try to win by 14. So there's a lot of things go into how the ADs and coaches schedule these seasons. First down, and it looked like we had some motion, illegal motion, on the Blue Devils.
Flag on the play. Illegal motion against the Blue Devils. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
I think they intended to flank one of the receivers out there. I think that was Parisi from the backfield to look like a Canadian football play almost.
going for a rogue.
We'll retry first down. And the give, I believe, is to Parisi on that play. A number of backs here
Parisi.
that Lopez is handed off to.
And 1 on the play, second down.
Clock continues to tick. Just under 8 minutes until halftime. 2nd and 14 for the Blue Devils. Lopez in the shotgun. Takes a snap, looks right, and the ball is delivered. I believe that is to Wilbon.
Pass complete to number 6, Wilbon.
And Jaden Wilbon. Jaden Wilbon on the receiving end of a big play, 44-yard gain for the Blue Devils.
10 Blue Devils in Mountaineer territory on the 39-yard line.
First and 10 as Lopez receives the snap. And the give is to Parisi again. And it looks like that's going to be good enough for a gain of about 9.
Number 4, Parisi with the carry.
A number of whistles on the play.
Enough for a first down. First and 10, Leominster.
Jake, my eyes failed me again. I thought it was a 9-yard pickup. It was a 10-yard pickup.
Yeah, there seems to be some confusion, even with the chain gang on the other side, whether that was a first down or not.
First and 10. Lopez drops back. Flush out of the pocket. Mountaineers in pursuit, but unable to tackle him.
Number 3, Lopez with the carry.
Steps out of bounds right before Jeff Hatton Jr. can knock him out of bounds.
Gain of 13 on the play. First down. First and 10, Blue Devils.
And Jake, much easier said than done, but that is what I said was, in my opinion, the most important key to the game is doing what you can to try to keep Lopez in the pocket.
Yeah, you can't expect to stop him fully, but containing him most of the time is definitely key to the game.
A lot of shifts by both teams pre-play. And we're throwing back to the tight end. And I believe that is number 88,
Touchdown,
Marchetti.
Touchdown, Leominster. 14-yard pass complete to number 88, Marchetti. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
Lopez looking over to the sideline, seeing if he gets confirmation to keep the offense on the field and attempt the 2-point conversion. Doesn't appear he's going too far. Parisi remains in the backfield. And Lopez keeps it, flips it over the goal line. I think that's
2-point conversion is good.
Marchetti again.
Marchetti.
And just like that, we are all knotted up at 14 here, folks. 6:45 to play in the first half. And we find ourselves in a tie ball game here at Howline Field. Short kick here by the Blue Devils. Fumbled by a few Mountaineers. Luckily, able to fall on it. I think that was Gaffney, Tanner Gaffney, making a big play to jump on that loose ball. And the Mountaineers will begin their drive at the 15-yard line. Jake, you talk about the importance of positive offensive drive here as we near halftime.
Yeah, definitely. You want to go into the half up on the scoreboard, and you don't know if you're going to get the ball back after this, so it's going to be key to get in the end zone.
First down, and the give is to Anglin. Miles able to pick up about 2 yards on first down.
Number 7, England with the carry. Gain of 2, second down, 2nd and 8.
Always like to point out Anglin's cleats. Really appreciate being a sneakerhead or former sneakerhead myself. The Kobe Grinch cleats that Anglin is sporting in the backfield. Lane the man in motion. Anderson steps up in the pocket, delivers the ball and is picked off. I believe that is Ricker again. And Ryan Ricker has his second interception of the night.
Intercepted by number 1, Ricker.
And another pass that Anderson would like to have back.
First and goal for the Blue Devils from the 7-yard line.
After that, it's going to be crucial for the Wachusett defense to step up and keep them out of the end zone and settle for a field goal or a turnover on downs.
We've seen him do it before. No bigger time than now. First down is Lopez rolls right. And he is, I don't want to say taken down, but falls down.
The turf monster come up and got him.
Either way, a big play for the Wachusett defense as they get a little breathing room after what could have been a catastrophic turn of events. Second down to 15. Lopez looks left and the ball is dropped.
Pass intended for number 8, Oliver. Incomplete.
Jake, another big break there for the Wachusett defense.
Yeah, Zach, definitely helping themselves out here.
Oliver was able to reel in some catches early in the first quarter, unable to corral that one, and going to bring up a 3rd and 15. And boy, is this a big play.
So set the tone here going into the second half as well.
Melendez, the motion man, and the ball is dumped off to Rivera, off to the left, and he is taken down.
14, Rivera.
Tanner Gaffney, big tackle on the play.
Gain of 9 on the play. It'll be 4th down, 4th and goal for the Blue Devils from the 6-yard line.
And I don't see any special teams units coming on the field, Jake. When you got what you think to be one of the better players in the state, I guess you want to keep him on the field as much as possible.
Yeah, you got to trust your quarterback.
Fourth down is Lopez rolls right, looks back, and dumps the ball over the middle, and that is caught for another Leominster touchdown.
Pass complete to number 6, Wilbon.
Jaden Wilbon started the drive,
In the end zone. Touchdown, Leominster.
or excuse me, last drive, but finished this one for a Leominster touchdown. Jake, an unfortunate ending to what I thought was going to be a big stop by the Wachusett defense.
Yeah, and it was close, just right there in the goal line, but big man got up and got it. Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Do believe so.
Quarterback.
Lopez keeping this one, and I think he's stood up. And he is able to fall forward at the last second.
The 2-point conversion is good.
And Lopez just able to muscle
4:13
through that
remains in the
last
first half
yard
of play.
into
Their
the end
score,
zone
22
for the
to
2-point
14.
conversion.
Leominster.
And just like that, Leominster now on top. 22-14.
Yeah, Zach, they were able to stand him up at the goal line. Looks like they're pretty generous with the forward progress.
And Jake, as we ready ourselves for the next drive, I'd like to just mention we do have a celebrity in the house tonight, or a notable social media influencer, AJ Green. I know AJ Green is big on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I know has over about 1 million followers. So I'd like to give AJ a nice warm Wachusett welcome to Howe Lane Field. Good kick there by Leominster. As the ball is returned, I think that's by Powers. And that's, I think, has to be a face mask on the play, Jake.
Number 32, Quinn Powers on the return.
I see a flag down. I think, can't tell if he's picking it up or not. Yeah, Zach, that is a face mask.
I believe so. That might be the most obvious face mask I've seen all year. Maybe it's just because it's and close in proximity, but a big help to the Wachusett drive here.
15-yard face mask penalty against the Blue Devils.
And we talked about unsung heroes, Jake. We haven't seen too much, a lot of the notable names, but there we were able to see Quinn Powers, the sophomore, step up big, and you got to think it's a result of Caden Lane getting a little knocked around early. Anderson drops back, looks over the middle, flushed out of the pocket, and Anderson is taken down for a big loss there.
Yeah, Zach holding on to the ball and not throwing it away, not throwing it to the defensive's handers or fumbling it. It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go back to some of these interceptions, you would have rathered, hindsight being 2020, that Anderson did hold on to the ball. Nonetheless, about a 15-yard sack, and Jack Smith going to do what he can to make back some of these yards. And Jack Smith with a big run there, getting close to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that makes the set of downs a lot more manageable, getting back to close to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you want to usually avoid third and longs, but this one's not so bad, all things considered.
A lot of perspective on that, Zach.
And with just under 3 minutes, you got to think that if they pick up close to about half of this, then Anderson might stay on the field. Anderson rolls left. He's looking for Vecchione. And Luke Vecchione, able to corral that one, appears to be just short of the line to gain.
Gain of 12. It's going to be fourth down, 4th and 1 for the Mountaineers.
4th and short. I think this one's an absolute no-brainer, keeping the offense on the field, Jake.
Yeah, I would say so, and it appears that way with Tommy Anderson still on the field.
Not usually a team to bring out a lot of big goal line formations. Here they're able to, I think he was stood up there. And Smith unable to move the chains. A big play there with 2 minutes before half. The Leominster defense able to turn over the Mountaineers.
1-yard line.
Again, about 2 minutes to play until halftime. I don't believe you'll see any conservative play calls from Leominster. Lopez looks left, steps up. Able to evade defenders, scampers out of bounds, and is touched lightly, yet we see a flag on the play.
15-yard penalty against the Mountaineers. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10, Leominster.
Now, Jake, my original thought was that was a late hit. It appears that it was a hold on the defense, which you usually don't see on a running play. But either way, Leominster moving the ball pretty effortlessly into Wachusett territory. First down, Lopez drops back, looks left, steps up in the pocket, makes one man miss. Another flag on the play, and Lopez will walk out of bounds.
Lopez with the carry. Flag on the play.
It looks like this one is now a hold on the Blue Devils.
I was going to say, Zach, that's the area of a hold.
Holding against the Blue Devils. It's going to be first down. 1st and 20 for the Blue Devils.
As a result of the penalty, Leominster is back on their side of the field. 1st and 20. Lopez alone in the backfield, and Coach Dubbs showing some agility.
On the field, timeout.
Calling a timeout. And maybe a timeout that could have saved something there, Jake.
Yeah, it looked like the coverage was a little messed up for the Wachusett defense. Some scrambling late before the play.
Again, you never know what could happen in a play like that where no one's set and Leominster takes advantage of that. Now, Jake, just in the short break of action, let's just take a look at the schedule here. Wachusett has one more road game. Next week, they'll be hosting Milton.
Not Walpole.
Not Walpole. They'll be traveling to Westboro the week after, and then they finish up with Grafton, Algonquin, and Shrewsbury. And hopefully some playoff football.
Zach, the Shrewsbury game will, of course, be on Thanksgiving. There'll be playoffs before then.
That is correct. Back to the action here as Lopez steps up. And Lopez really showing off his feet. Taken down by number 34, Jake. Back to our favorite game. Name that Greenie.
Troy Greenie.
Jake, congratulations. I think that's your first one correct of the year. Troy Greenie on the tackle.
That's the 11 Greenie, Zach.
Jake, I think that brings your record to 1 in 6. I'm going to ballpark it. Lopez drops back. Takes a deep shot. And that ball is incomplete. I think that was Smith in coverage.
I think it was, Zach.
Now, Jake, I don't believe that was a penalty. I don't know how he didn't commit a penalty.
Yeah, it was good defensive coverage, Jack, I guess.
His back was to the football, able to kind of discourage the vision of the receiver, yet not make illegal contact. So, I mean, that was a phenomenal play by Smith there.
Yeah, I didn't really see anything that warranted a penalty, Zach. And just good defensive play.
3rd and 5 coming up here. And the give is to Chester. And Chester is met and picked up. And Jake, I'm going to give you a chance to double down on this. Tackle by number 34. You got that one?
Got it. Greenie.
That is going to be a Greenie.
I'll stick with Troy.
Jake, you're 2 for 2. Hopefully we can pass on some of this good juju that you're stirring up to the Wachusett offense and defense here. Timeout on the play. Going to be 4th down when we return to action. We'll be right back in just a minute. Fourth and short as we return to the action here. Lopez in the shotgun. High snap. And Lopez was keeping that the entire way. I think everyone in the zip code knew it, Jake.
First down, 1st and 10, Leominster. 1st and 10, Blue Devils from the Mountaineer 27-yard line.
30 seconds to play, as at this point, Jake, I think the idea is just try to keep him out of the end zone, minimize the losses. Lopez rolls left and lofts one to the end zone, and just off the hands of Ricker. Boy, would that have been a backbreaker.
It looks like Ricker is down in the back corner of the end zone, just off of the field of play.
He does not look like he is getting up. And this would be an enormous loss for the Blue Devils, as, again, Ricker has been an impactful player on both sides of the ball, almost reeling in a touchdown there. He does have 2 interceptions. Just been a pain for the Wachusett offense. And never like to see anyone go down like this. And Jake, in this pause in the action, we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Sam Landivar, for an interview while he was able to catch up with Coach Dubzinski.
And welcome back to the Wachusett Student Media page. I'm your host, Sam Landivar, and today I have with me Coach Dubs. Everybody, they're saying it's the game of the year. Wachusett versus Leominster. All the teams, just everybody's really
Sam,
focused.
I'm going to stop you right there. It's no different than the last game we had, and it's no different than the next game we had. We prepare the same whoever the next opponent is. So it's like taking a final exam, right?
Definitely.
You prepare for your test the same way that you prepare for your final. That's the same thing we're going to do. So yes, it is an important game. Yes, because it's our next game.
That's a great mindset right there. Now, going off that mindset, you've been coaching for a while now, and you watched your dad coach for a while at Gardner, and all of that football being instilled onto you. How do you apply all your years of knowledge to, you keep learning nowadays with new kids, new offensive schemes?
The game has changed. Okay, the game that was played 10 years ago is different than the games that was today, and 10, 12 years from now, the game will be different also. So we as a coaching staff have got to adjust. We try to play to the strengths of our players, but at the same time, we need to adjust, and we do that through learning. It's no different than school.
Definitely. You heard it here first, folks. Thank you so much for your time,
welcome.
Coach.
You're welcome, Sam.
Back to you, Berman.
All right, thank you, Sam. Always appreciate members of our media club getting out to practice, touching base with players and coaches. And thank you for Coach Dubs for his time. as Lopez drops back, takes another shot deep, and he's got somebody, I think that's Oliver.
Touchdown, Leominster, pass complete to number 8, Oliver. 27-yard pass completion to the end zone. Touchdown, Leominster.
And Jake, we saw Oliver drop a big one earlier. Lopez, all the confidence in the world to go back to one of his guys. And Oliver steps up big when the lights are bright.
Yeah, Zach looked like he just had a step on the defenders and was able to get his hands on the ball and come down with it.
Offense for Leominster remains on the field. Lopez rolls out to his right, delivers the ball over the middle, and I think that is Oliver yet again.
The conversion was good.
The conversion is good. As again, Jake, in a blink of an eye, Leominster extends their lead to a margin of 16.
Still 2 scores, Zach.
Now, Jake, barring anything miraculous here, you got to imagine this might be the last real play of the half.
Yeah, see what the return sets up. If you pick up some yardage, you might take a couple of shots. I believe they still have at least one timeout, Mountaineer offense.
Appears to be we got the wind picking up. Ball was knocked off the tee. We'll try this again. Again, 14 seconds until half here. This line drive kick is taken by Powers. And Powers is taken down just shy of the 35-yard line.
So the first down, 1st and 10 Mountaineers.
Jake, with just under 7 seconds, you got to think this one's just a knee, and both teams will head into half.
They go into the half and regroup, come out for the second half.
Yeah, Jake, well, we still have the viewers here. Some might be running to the fridge to grab a beverage. What are some things you might be looking for adjustment-wise for the Mountaineers in the second half?
Definitely want to try to get the run game going a little bit more and make smart decisions with the ball if you're Tommy Anderson. Not that other than the first one, but keep control of the ball and minimize mistakes.
And again, folks, the score at half is 30-14. Leominster remains on top.
And welcome back to the Wachusett Student Media page. I'm your host, Sam Landivar, and I got my co-host over here, Mr. Berman. How we doing, Berman? Doing all right. There we go. Love to hear it. So, we're here on Lane Field, Wachusett versus Leominster. Leominster is a real big powerhouse. What do you think Wachusett got to do tonight in order to defeat them?
I really think the key to the game is keeping Lopez in the pocket. When he escapes the pocket, he's able to find his weapons. That offense is real explosive. Sam, talk to me about one player for Wachusett that you think has to make a big impact on tonight's game.
I think the biggest player tonight, it's got to be Anderson. He has to step up tonight, and he has to show that he's better than Osiris Lopez. You heard it here first, folks.
And welcome back to Wachusett Student Media page. I'm your host, Sam Landivar, and I'm here with Zach Berman. How we doing?
We're doing all right here, Sam. Good to be back. Nice to have you in the booth here for the second half. As that kickoff here is a line drive. Believe that is Gaffney on the return, and Gaffney's got some running room.
Gaffney down the sideline. Gaffney down the sideline. He's going. He's pushed out at the 35. For Gaffney there. Yeah, Berman, those are the explosive plays that we really need to start this half off. We're down by 16, and we need to start this half off. We're down by 16, and the only way that we can come back is we just got to be scoring them touchdowns. Simple as that. We just got to be scoring them touchdowns. Simple as that.
Yeah, it would be a big start to the half here if Wachusett could punch. Yeah, it would be a big start to the half here if Wachusett could punch this in.
First hand from the Blue Devil 34-yard line.
First down here is Anderson redders himself in the pistol. The give is to Smith. Jack Smith, mid. Give is to Smith. Jack Smith, mid.
Smith is held up at the line.
28 Smith with the carry. 28 Smith with the carry.
Now, Sam, we had some technical difficulties. Early, so we tried to play that video of early on, and as equal to or just as good as Lopez here, and now's the time for him to do it. That one might have been intercepted. You got to think it's got to go to the offense.
It's going to be picked off.
And they do give that to Leominster.
Yeah, I didn't like the way that looked, Berman. It kind of looked like Lane was trying to go for it, but in his trying to do that, he sort of just handed the ball off to the defense there. It just looked awkward.
Yeah, I think like in baseball, tie goes to the runner. I think usually if there's a joint possession, that's going to go to the offense. The officials thought otherwise, and Leominster's going to be taking over here. Not what you want to see if you're a Wachusett fan.
Yeah, the turnovers have really just not been pretty this game so far. But, I really think that Wachusett's defense is one of their strongest parts of their overall team. And we really see it with all of their terrific players, like Gaffney just now running it back from the kickoff.
Absolutely. First down, the give is to Chester. Gain of about 2, bringing up 2nd and 8. Sam, just as you said, how Anderson was going to be the focal points on the offensive end. Again, it's much easier said than done, but trying to contain Lopez, I'll double down on that, much easier said than done, has got to be one of the messages that Coach Lebzinski and defensive coordinator Coach Briggs mentioned to their guys at halftime.
Yeah, Berman, before this game started, we were looking at the stat differences between Osiris Lopez and Thomas Anderson, and in all honesty, both Anderson and Lopez had 7 touchdowns on the year, but Lopez had 2 picks. So in reality, Anderson's right there with him.
The intentional grounding.
And that's going to be intentional grounding on the offense, and that's going to bring him back a few yards.
Yep, and a loss of down, so it's going to be a big play for the defense here, looking to flip the script early in the second half.
Loss on the play. It's going to be third down, 3rd and 14 for the Blue Devils.
Third down coming up here, 3rd and about 14. No big plays here, Sam.
No.
Gotta imagine that's the message that Coach Briggs is saying to his defense.
Definitely. Nobody try to be a hero here. Lopez
Marchetti,
drops
the
back.
motion man.
Lopez. He
Takes
throws
the shot
long.
deep.
And it's picked off! It's picked off by Wachusett!
Intercepted by number 11, Luke Vecchione.
Luke Vecchione with the interception at about the 33-yard line. That is exactly what we needed, folks, to be back in this ball game.
And Luke Vecchione, again, his second interception of the night. Ryan Ricker has 2 himself on the other side for Leominster. But again, Luke Vecchione stepping up when the lights are bright.
Yeah, you know, Berman, I feel like that's just been the story of tonight. The defense is showing out, getting these picks and turnovers, and the offense is just, it's fallen short a little.
First down, the give is to Smith. Got blockers ahead of him. Jack Smith
Number 28, Smith with the carry.
taken down for a gain of about 3.
What are your thoughts on that?
You know what, like I said from the beginning, I think the Wachusett offense is really predicated on how they can establish the run. I think Smith has had a couple big runs early, but he hasn't been able to find space for a good majority of that second quarter.
Yeah, you know, comparing it to last week at Minnechaug, Smith had one hell of a game. You know, he was running all over the Minnechaug defense, and he ended up scoring 2 touchdowns, one a run in, one a pass.
Just like that, Smith, the give is to him again. Going to bring up 3rd and medium.
Yeah, you know, he's so versatile that you love to see him play over the field. And like you were saying, Berman, when he gets limited, that's when you're just not able to utilize him as much. And, you know, it's like, it's just difficult to get him out there and use him.
3rd down and short. Anderson receives a snap, and they give once
Hands it
again
off
to
to
Smith,
Smith
and
again.
Smith's got running room.
That's going to be a first down for Wachusett.
Carry. Gain of 11 on the play. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10 Mountaineers from the Leominster 13-yard line.
We're real close to the end zone now, Berman. You know, the offense has just got to follow through now. Follow through. No picks.
Clock continues to wind, and
Anderson
Jack
hands it
Smith
off
for
again
the
to Jack Smith. Jack Smith tackled for a gain about 6. Or my mistake, that's going to be a gain of 8.
Second down, 2nd and 2 for the Mountaineers.
2nd and 2.
2nd down here. Anderson remains in the pistol. Smith behind him.
Wide out, number 8.
I think that is Hogan, and the
Anderson
ball is
drops the ball. Luckily, he recovers it.
Yeah, I
But
thought we
that is
maybe
going to be
had
a loss all the way back to the 15-yard line. And that's going to bring 3rd and a little long. 3rd and 12.
Third and 12 here.
Anderson in a shotgun formation. He gets the ball back. Throws. And that's going to be caught by Max Brown. Max Brown fighting for it. Are they going to give him the touchdown? Yes, they do. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
Wachusett, pass complete to number 3, Max Brown. 15-yard completion into the end zone. Touchdown.
And just like that, folks, we're back in the ball game. What do you think about that, Berman?
It's good to see Max Brown get involved. Brown, a mainstay of this offense, has been relatively quiet tonight. Again, been a weapon of Anderson over this year and last year's. But definitely good to see him get in the mix, as they're going to need him for the rest of this game.
Yeah, you know, not to toot my own horn here, Berman, but, you know, before the game I was talking to Brown and I was telling him, if you don't get a touchdown, I might lose my job here. So luckily he got that touchdown for me. Thanks, Max. And Anderson's going to run it in for the 2-point conversion, and they get it.
Conversion is good. Serve number 2.
Ball game is now Leominster 30, Wachusett 22. Only one touchdown away from tying it up.
7.5 minutes remain in the third quarter. Your score 30-22, Leominster.
And with that, Sam, I think I'm sensing a little more life in this atmosphere here.
Something definitely happened in the locker room during halftime, Berman. I can tell you that for sure.
Wachusett, tonight is a sellout. Estimated attendance 3,211, 3,211.
Yeah, you know, when I'm thinking about those locker room speeches at halftime, my favorite movie I like to think of is Friday Night Lights. You know, just all those guys, they're facing one of the toughest teams in the state, and you know, they're crying all over the place. But at the end, it's just blood, sweat, and tears, and you gotta want it.
Gotta want it. And you know what? They fell short.
They did fall short in that movie. Shame, but that is one hell of a movie. Kick is
I wish they won.
A little bit of a bouncer. Oh, did it touch him? Regardless, number 12 for Leominster running it back, and he gets
got the
ball. Oh, it's a fumble! Oh, I can't believe it! Wachusett picked up the fumble! I can't believe it! That's a touchdown, Wachusett! I can't believe it! We're back in the game, folks!
For the 8-yard run into the end zone. Touchdown.
Leominster got cocky. Number 12 in the backfield, running it back. He fumbles it. Touchdown, Wachusett. You can't write it any better, folks. You can't write it any better. Now here's the question, Berman. Do they go for the 2?
I believe at this point that they're going to keep the offense on the field, try to maintain this momentum, and tie this one up. We'll see.
Anderson, backfield. Hands it off to Smith. Smith trying to run it down, and he cannot get it. That's not going to be a 2-point conversion today, folks. Ball game is Leominster 30, Wachusett 28.
6 seconds later, after the touchdown, 7:24 remains.
Sam unable to tie that up. However,
your score, 28
got to be pretty happy with that turn of events.
How about that? In about 7 minutes, Wachusett has already had 2 touchdowns.
I think we could shrink that down to about 7 seconds.
You said it, Berman.
And I know Jake's not on our broadcast. That was a greenie on the recovery. I'm gonna just take it that Jake is gonna just Dan again, so I'll count that against him. So he's now gonna be 2-1 on the night, even though he might have said Troy.
I would have gone with Troy.
Oh, see, actually, I duped you into that. That was Dan. You would have said Troy. It was a setup. And Jake, you're now 2-1 on the night on Name That Greenie.
Hare kicks it off. Low bouncer. Backfield.
Bobbled again.
Number 4 bobbles it again.
Parisi.
And he's tackled down at the 22-yard line.
Parisi on the return. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10. Blue Devils. First and 10, Blue Devils from their own 24-yard line.
All right, Sam, here we go. Leominster starting their drive at about the 24-yard line.
Lopez with the snap, hands it off.
That one is
For 26, Chester with the
given
carry.
to
26.
Chester.
Play, second down.
Chester, gain of 1. That's going to be 2nd and 9.
Sam, we started Leominster use a number of different running backs in the first half. I thought Chester was one of the more effective ones. Parisi is shuffled in there. They've had a few other guys back there. Should be interesting to see who they go with in the second half.
Yeah, you said it, Berman. The one thing that really makes me nervous about Leominster is their offense is just so versatile. It's just amazing to look at and watch. Lopez looking to his right, looking to his left. Gets out of the pocket, running down the sideline, and is going to be pushed out at the 43.
Number 3, Lopez with the carry.
Or 44, my mistake.
First down, 1st and 10, Leominster.
Again, easier said than done, but every time I think that Lopez gets out of the pocket, something positive happens for this Leominster offense.
Yeah, you were saying it earlier, Berman. As soon as Osiris gets out of that pocket, it's just, you don't know what's going to happen, and that's what's scary.
Yeah, he's got a lot of weapons on the outside, and I think that definitely preoccupies a lot of the defensive backs. So Lopez able to use his speed.
High snap, handoff to the running back, number 26.
I believe that is Chester.
And Chester again with a carry. That's going to bring up 2nd and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down, 2nd and 7.
Ooh, and it seems Max Brown is on his knees.
Hopefully just conserving some energy.
Hey, I don't blame him. It's good. It's a definitely tiring game out there today.
Yeah, and we see Max on the field for a lot of the game.
Lopez
Chester, the man in
motions
moped.
to Chester. Lopez scrambling. Lopez trying to escape the pocket, but he cannot, and he is tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Or I'm sorry, in the backfield. That's going to bring him back to the 10 marker. 3rd and 10.
And Sam, Jake just whispered to me. He said that was Dan Greeny. It was actually Troy Greeny. So, Jake, you're 2-2 on the night. I think the Wachusett defense is actually doing better when you're getting it wrong. So, I'm going to keep rooting for you to get these all twisted.
Leominster trips formation. Lopez gets a snap. Looks to his left. Oh, and it's almost picked off by number 14 on Wachusett.
For number 8, Oliver, incomplete.
Pass was batted down.
For the Blue Devils from their own 40-yard line.
God, that would have been amazing. That would have really turned the game around if we got that pick there. But you know what? I actually don't know the phrase, but I believe it's something like if, buts, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
yeah,
ifs
you
and
know
nuts.
what I'm saying.
Ifs and buts were candies and nuts. It'd be Christmas all the time.
There you go. You got it, Vermin. And Leominster with
Lopez
a high
looking for
punt.
the pooch punt.
Wachusett number 1.
Caden bobbling it.
And he's getting
I
pushed
think it's a
around.
face mask.
Didn't look much like tackling out there, more like a schoolyard fight, but oh well.
All right, for the first time in a while, we have
Somebody's on the ground.
I was going to say Wachusett has the ability to take the lead on this possession. The defense doing their job, getting off the field, getting the ball back into Anderson's hands.
That's going to be a Leominster player on the ground.
Yes, I believe that is Oliver down, slow to get up, staying down. Trainer Kevin Morrissey attending, as well as the Leominster staff.
Yeah, you know, it's always nervous when you see a player on the field just laying down. But, you know, during this injury check-in, we're going to go to an interview that I took earlier this week with Thomas Anderson, star quarterback. Here we go. Hope you enjoy.
And welcome back to the Wachusett Student Media page. I'm your host, Sam Landivar, and today I have with me quarterback Thomas Anderson. Every single game night, or just in general game day, what is your mindset throughout the day?
So I try and eat as much food as I can, but I get really nervous, so I'm not really able to. But it's the same thing every week. I try and get about an hour of film in, try and take a nap when I get home or on the bus if we have an away game. I try and stick to this.
We're going to have to cut that interview short right now, but you'll get the full thing later. Anderson, wide pass. Oh, and it's just off the fingertips of number 36 for Wachusett. I believe
Ty
that's
Mosley.
Ty Mosley.
Pass
God.
intended for number 36, Mosley.
No.
Incomplete.
God, you know, I'm always thinking when I see the ball hit the fingertips of a player, Berman, I remember coaches always tell me, if you can touch the ball, you best be catching that ball.
Yeah, Mosley's done a good job this year. Usually he's able to bring that one. That one just a little past his outstretched reach.
Yeah, got away from
Second down, and they give us to Anglin. Anglin nowhere to go. going to bring up third and decently long here.
Yeah, knocked out in the backfield.
Third down, 3rd and 12.
3rd and 12 for Wachusett.
Mosley stays on the field at the bottom of the screen. I believe that is Lane and Brown to Anderson's left.
Anderson drops back. Anderson looking around, rushing out of the pocket, tosses it out of bounds.
Pass is incomplete.
That's going to bring 4th and 12, and it looks like they're going to bring out the punt crew. I expect nothing less. You know, you're too far in your own territory. Can't risk going for on 4th, regardless of how crazy of a team you are. Oh, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
False start.
False start. Now, Berman, while they're deciding this call, everybody this past week has been saying that this was supposed to be the game of the year. How do you think that's coming up so far? You really think it's the game of the year so far?
I mean, yeah, I don't have reason to disagree with it. Definitely a mid-watch A rivalry, regardless of how teams are doing. These are two teams that have very prominent football cultures. Just adds to it the fact that they're both top 10 teams or top 13 teams in Division I this year. Two quarterbacks that are Lopez committed to Coastal Carolina. Anderson, I know, is going to have some college opportunities. You just kind of have everything that you need for a big heavyweight bout in this part of the state.
Yeah, definitely. These both are just amazing quarterbacks in the league, and you love to see when they can face off against each other.
Unfortunate punt there for the Mountaineers as Lopez and crew will take over at Wachusett's 35.
Lopez drops back, looking to throw. Gets hits on the throw, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, and good tackle. That's going to be gain of 10.
First and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Knocked out at the 25.
Now in the first half, Sam, we were able to show some highlights of Ryan Ricker, who, aside of Lopez, who I believe everyone knows and is well familiar with his name, Ricker is a guy that kind of flies under the radar. He had a immaculate game against Wachusett last year, 2 touchdowns, I believe, and in the first half had 2 interceptions. So he went down with an injury. I guess it's good to see him back and healthy for Leominster.
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's great to see star players, don't get me wrong, Berman, but I really love to see the unsung heroes even more.
Gain of 4, second down.
Lopez on the keeper there is going to bring up second and short.
Lopez drops back, looking to his right, tosses, short. And that's going to be a reception all the way down to about the 8.
I believe that's Jaden Wilben on the reception.
And now Leominster is in the red zone. Let's see what they can do.
For the Blue Devils from the 8-yard line.
Or better yet, let's see what the Wachusett defense can do. Who have been showing up this whole game, and you know, they just need this one big stop right now.
Yeah, I'm dying for Greeny to make a play here so I can go to Jake and hopefully he can get it wrong.
It's going to be a handoff. 14. Stumbles around. Oh! Wow. That looked like a WWE move, Berman.
Yeah, that was Elijah Rivera on the carry there, and he was met by a number of Mountaineers. Got to think that one might hurt a little bit.
Yeah, Yeah, especially during this cold weather, I don't really want to be body slammed on the turf, but I guess that's just my own personal opinion.
No, I'm right there with you. I don't want to be body slammed on the turf either.
Oh, Osiris rushes out to his right. She's stumbling all the way in the backfield. He tosses it up, and that's going to be out of bounds.
I don't know if he was looking for A.J. Green in the corner of the end zone over there, but if he was, he's standing out of bounds.
You know, Berman, now that you brought up A.J. Green, I really need to talk about this. I was under the impression that the A.J. Green that would be coming to the game tonight was former Bengals wide receiver A.J. Green, which I was very excited about. But then when I found out that it was influencer A.J. Green, I just said to myself, who in the world is that?
You know what, Sam? I was there once upon a time, and usually it's the guys, students like you, that are more tapped in with things and aware of this.
Yeah, you know, I wish I was. Oh, and that's going to be bobbled by Leominster. No reception there.
I believe that's Marchetti, who's on the receiving end of a touchdown earlier. And that's going to bring up fourth down, an absolutely enormous drop there by the Blue Devils, giving the Mountaineers a second life here.
Do you think Leominster's going to go for it, Berman?
I do. Punting, I don't think, is in question here, and I don't think a 5-point lead is really doing too much with them right now.
Leominster going for it. Lopez gets the snap, drops back, rushing to his right, rolling out, tosses it.
Oh, and that one is delivered for a touchdown. I believe that is Wilbon again.
What a shame.
Sam, I don't know what's going on right here. It seems like everyone's excited, but I didn't see a call.
Yeah, there seems to be any questionable looks, especially Coach Dubs. He's going over to the ref right now trying to tell him something. It looks like they're... Oh, a bit of a late touchdown there.
Yeah, Sam, that was one of the more confusing results that I've seen.
Yeah, Berman, I think that they were trying to get a pass interference call on Leominster, but didn't really work. Cyrus hands it off to 44. Does he get it?
All right.
No, he does not.
Sam, you know what? That's going to keep that at a one-possession game here, which we can all scratch our heads as long as we want. Regardless, it's still a 8-point game.
Yeah, you know, it's not too much. I mean, it's not preferable, but then again, it's not too much for Wachusett. And while we're setting up for kickoff, we're going to show you the rest of that Thomas Anderson clip, and we hope you enjoy.
And welcome back to the Wachusett Student Media page. I'm your host, Sam Landivar, and today I have with me quarterback Thomas Anderson. Every single game night, or just in general game day, what is your mindset throughout the day?
So I try and eat as much food as I can, but I get really nervous, so I'm not really able to. But it's the same thing every week. I try and get about an hour of film in, try and take a nap when I get home or on the bus if we have an away game. I try and stick to the same thing and not do anything different.
How exactly do you keep all these guys in line?
Well, they make it really easy on me. Everyone's really focused. We all have the same goal in mind, but yeah, sometimes you just got to yell at them a little bit, but they all know it's just in the heat of the moment. We move on after. What happens on the field stays on the field.
And Quinn is rushing for it down the sideline. Oh, and that's going to be a horse collar. That's going to be a horse collar, folks. He rushes it all the way down to 25 and a horse collar on top of that. Wachusett is back in this game.
Sam, and I don't, you know what, I see the flag coming from about 30 yards downfield. I don't see one at the point of the tackle. And it is a hold on the receiving.
Holding against the Mountaineers.
Oh, I don't like that one, Berman. I don't like that one
big
bit.
Penalty is going to negate a enormous play by Quinn Powers, who's been extremely impactful on special teams tonight.
You hate to see that, Berman. Especially since the fact that, I mean, I think me and you both got a clear shot over here that Quinn was obviously horse collar tackled over here at the 25, and the refs just aren't going to call it.
And you know what, we might be a little bit slow back to the action as
there seems to be an injury.
Coach Dobzinski is embracing, I believe that is Oliver for Leominster on the near sideline.
It looks like we're back here, Berman.
Again, just a one-possession game here, Sam. 1 minute to play in the third quarter.
Ball is set. Anderson gets the snap, hands it off. Right down the middle. And that's going to be a gain of about 7.
England with the carry.
Nice gain there by Miles Anglin.
Second and 3.
Anderson in the backfield.
Hands it back off to Anglin. Anglin taking that outside route. And he's going to get the first down.
England with the carry. Gain of 4 on the play. Enough for a first down. First and 10, Wachusett. From the Blue Devil 46-yard line.
A good 2 runs there by Anglin. I haven't seen a pep in a step like that in a few games.
Yeah, you know, Wachusett, they also have a versatile running back room with Anglin and Smith. And, I mean, even they could honestly put anybody. They've had a lot of people.
Gets a few touches back there.
Yeah, Powers. They've had a lot of people at that running back position before.
12 minutes remain in the ball game. Your score, 36-28.
All right. It's going to bring an end to the third quarter, and we are finally going to show you that whole Thomas Anderson clip. So sorry, but here you go. Hope you enjoy.
And welcome back to the Wachusett Student Media page. I'm your host, Sam Landivar, and today I have with me quarterback Thomas Anderson. Every single game night, or just in general game day, what is your mindset throughout the day?
So I try and eat as much food as I can, but I get really nervous, so I'm not really able to. But it's the same thing every week. I try and get about an hour of film in, try and take a nap when I get home or on the bus if we have an away game. I try and stick to the same thing and not do anything different.
How exactly do you keep all these guys in line?
Well, they make it really easy on me. Everyone's really focused. We all have the same goal in mind, but yeah, sometimes you just gotta yell at them a little bit, but they all know it's just in the heat of the moment. We move on after. What happens on the field stays on the field. Yeah, no, I didn't start playing quarterback until 7th grade, flag football.
No kidding.
And when I started tackle that year, and it's really just gone up ever since. But no, I never thought I would be here.
Yeah, and how do you feel about being here?
I love it. You know, I always dreamed about it growing up, but I didn't think it would happen. So it's really a dream come true.
You heard it here first, folks. Good luck at Leominster. Back to you, Berman.
And we're back, folks.
First down pass was incomplete, intended for Max Brown. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. As Wachusett finds himself in an unfamiliar position in the fourth quarter this year, trailing.
Yeah, you know, that's something I was also going to talk about, Berman.
Low snap there.
Low snap.
Oh,
and
no.
That's going to be a turnover. Leominster ball. Jeez, Berman.
It's going to be first down, 1st and 10, Leominster.
Yeah, that play was donezo from the beginning. It was a low snap, bobbled around, and
1st and 10,
Leominster defense just able to get there first. You hate to see it.
Yeah, an unfortunate event there. But again, we find ourselves in a position looking for the Mountaineer defense to try to make a big play.
Yeah, but before that tragedy happened, I was going to talk about how Wachusett has been steamrolling all their other competition in their past weeks. You know, great win against Franklin, great win against West Springfield, great win against Minnechaug, and now this is a game where they really had to lock in.
Yeah, Lopez on first down. He's got blockers ahead of him.
Oof, and rolls
Spins
out of the tackles.
and is able to fall forward for a gain of about 9.
Yeah, you know, while we were at that halftime break, Berman, I know you were telling me that Lopez, you know, he's a multi-sport athlete. He plays this, basketball. I'm not sure if he does anything else, but mainly those 2 sports. And throughout those 2 sports, you know, he just has a way with his running style that is, I'm not going to say majestic, but it's just, it works for him, and it really confuses everybody else, which is even better for his case.
Yeah, I think it works for him, and I think it would work for anyone else that has the ability to do that, but not many do. He is a powerful and fast athlete, seen it on the basketball court, seen it on the football field. Heck, we're all the way up here, Sam, and he still looks fast. I can't imagine what he looks like down on the football field.
Yeah, I wonder if he runs track.
I think football takes up a lot of his time in the spring.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the kids that's always going to the camps and always trying to follow from other players. Lopez. Gets the snap. Looking to his left. Rushes out of the pocket. Rushing back.
It's a hold.
There's a flag.
That one's coming back, Sam.
And he gets pushed out at about the 25, but there is a flag on the play. All the way back at the 37.
Yeah, that one's a hold.
Holding against Leominster.
Yeah, you're right, Berman. That's going to be a hold against Leominster.
Pushing him back a little here. If the defense can make a couple stops, things could change a little bit.
That's true.
10-yard penalty. It's going to be first down.
Lopez trips left formation, gets the ball, looking to his right, passes it to number 4. Oh, but a little miscommunication, and number 4 was late to look at that throw.
Yeah, Wachusett brought the pressure there, and Lopez stepped up in the pocket and delivered it to Parisi off to the right, just unable to link up with his running back.
Yeah. And that's going to bring second and really long.
Sam, I think the guy to look at here is Ricker. I believe he's the guy that they want to get to in a situation like this, as everyone's moving.
And that's going to be another flag on Leominster.
5-yard penalty against the Blue Devils. Remains second down.
Sam, I did the game last year. 65-49 final. Tons of offense. And we'd see things like this, going up 5 yards, back 5 yards, the whole game, but it would just be big play after big play. So it's 2nd and 25 right now. It still wouldn't shock me to see any caliber of a big play.
Yeah, you know, this is kind of a relation that I like to make when I was thinking about this game earlier this week. It brought me back to the Jared Goff and Patrick Mahomes matchup back in 2018 on, I think it was Sunday Night Football. Oh, number 15 for Leominster, down the sideline. Touchdown, Leominster.
Touchdown, Leominster. Pass complete to number 15,
I think it's
Melendez.
Jediel Melendez. Sam, I might have brought a little bit of misfortune there because, like I said, I wasn't going to be surprised by any sort of big play. Unfortunately, Wachusett was on the wrong end of that.
Yeah, it's the exact thing we didn't need right now. Unfortunately so, but yeah. And I guess I was also kind of spicing things up with the reference I was trying to make there with, that 2018 matchup of Patrick Mahomes and Jared Goff. I think those scores went up to 60 versus 60. That was a great game, I remember. But yeah, those two quarterbacks, and then here we have Anderson and Lopez.
All right, margin stays at 14. Same 10 minutes left. A lot of game left to play.
Just under 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Your score 42
Yeah, you know,
to 28.
Berman, if I'm Wachusett, I mean, there's probably no other way they can win this game if they don't score a touchdown this next drive.
Yeah, at the same time, Sam, there's no 14-point play. So they can't try to bite off more than they can chew here. Anderson and company have to do the same thing they've been successful with the entire year, finding their options and weapons in space, trying to establish a run game with Smith and Anglin. I don't think you change too much. So, again, you're not going to get it all back at once.
Definitely, very, very true. And like I was saying, I'm really playing for the touchdown this next drive. And then if we do score that touchdown, if I'm Coach Dubs, I'm probably considering the onside kick.
Yeah, you got to see how much time's left.
Definitely.
Number 32, Powers.
You know what, Sam? Hopefully there's a quick score and that the onside kick seems like a kind of a crazy move. But I guess we'll talk about that if that happens.
That's true. All right, Leominster kicking it off. It's going to be a low but high ball. Bouncing. Number 17 in the backfield juggles that. Ben Floyd.
I believe that's Gaffney.
Number 12, Gaffney with the return. It'll be first down, 1st and 10, Mountaineers.
Tanner Gaffney with that rush back.
1st and 10, Wachusett from their own 18-yard line.
.9:46 to play. Wachusett's ball on the 18, it seems. 82 yards for a touchdown. Let's see what they can do. Anderson in the backfield. Drops back. Throws. Caden Lane. Caden Lane not going down, but eventually he is brought down. And are they going to give him the first down? Yes, they are. Just barely.
Now, Sam, that's what I was talking about. I don't think you're going to get it all back at once. You might hit a big play, right? Luke Vecchione stepped up big, made some big plays, but I think that should be the idea here for the Wachusett offense here is get the ball out in space to your guys. Get the ball to Caden. Get the ball to Max. Get the ball to Vex. See what they can do.
Anderson drops back. Anderson looking to his left, looking to his right, rushing out of the pocket, running for it, and he gets pushed out at the 36.
Nice to see Anderson duck out of bounds there and not try to pick up an extra yard.
And it's going to be 2nd and 4.
6 on the play, 2nd down.
Twins formation on the right. Anderson drops back. Oh, break through the defensive wall, but it's going to be a side toss.
Oh.
And are they going to give him the reception? No, they are not.
Vecchione, incomplete.
Vecchione could not pull that one in. Unfortunate. And that's going to bring us 3rd and 4.
Yeah, unfortunate's a key word there is the offense was able to pick up the blitz. Anderson was able to scamper out, get outside the pocket. Looked like we had an advantage there and unable to capitalize on it. Made a tough throw to Vecchione on the run. Incomplete.
Anderson. Oh, and that play is going to be blown dead.
Oh, you know what? Offsides, though.
Is that going to be an offsides on the defense?
It is.
Yeah, I do see that
Offside
flag.
against the Blue Devils.
There we go.
5-yard penalty will result in a first down for the Mountaineers.
I think so. All right.
1st and 10, Wachusett from their own 41-yard line.
1st and 10 for Wachusett at the 41. Anderson motioning number 36. Ty Mosley. Looks like there's a blitz. Anderson, handoff to Smith. And Smith's going to be pulled down back at the 41, and the stakes are going to stay. 2nd and 10.
Second down.
Anderson drops back, looking to throw.
Screenplay.
Tosses it out to Jack Smith. Jack Smith with another gain of nothing.
Complete to number 28, Smith.
Or a gain of 1, I suppose. That's going to bring 3rd and 9.
Third down, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Berman, I just don't think these screens are the best option for Wachusett.
That being said, I mean, they had the ability to get some blockers out in front of them. I think that was Evan Spar, number 22 on the defensive end for Leominster, made a heck of a play there. If he was able to get by him, he might have had some running room.
Motion man is number 1, Kane Lane. Anderson drops back, tosses
Got
far.
Mosley.
Mosley with the catch at the 30.
Pass complete.
At the 29, my bad.
6. Time.
That is exactly what we needed, folks.
28-yard pass completion.
All right, still plenty of time here. 7 minutes, 40 seconds remaining. Mountaineers driving.
Yeah, you know, Berman, now that you're saying that, hopefully we're not going to have to do that onside kick. And hopefully Coach Dubzinski is going to rely on his defense to get that ball back for him. Anderson drops back. Anderson rushing out of the pocket. Anderson, and the ref gets involved in the play. Yikes, you hate to see that.
Gain of 7, 2nd down, 2nd and 3.
Anderson's done a good job of making sure to avoid tackles, scamper out of bounds, slide. That one, he really had no chance in the middle of the field. Kind of had to cover the ball up and take a hit.
Yeah, definitely. Anderson drops back, goes to throw. Ty Mosley with the catch! Touchdown, Wachusett! Ty Mosley with the amazing reception right out of the air. He jumped for it, and he got it.
Pass complete to number 36, Ty Mosley into the end zone. Touchdown.
Now Mosley is one of those guys we've talked about, just a big play threat. Again, a 6'1", 6'2" receiver, athletic. They looked to him for the deep ball, and they were able to link up just there. I believe that is Mosley's 2nd touchdown reception on the season.
Well, Berman, this is odd, but it seems that there's a guy out in the field with on his knee. So, yeah, it looks like they're going just for the extra point. I mean, it's not the move I would have gone with. I think that they kind of need to go for that 2-point conversion, but...
well, I mean, let's see here.
Well, they get it, yeah, but...
The extra point is good.
I suppose, yeah, down by 7. Played safe.
That being said, I don't know what the analytics say that. I know there's new age analytics that say a 14-point game, you go for 2 because it's about a 50% chance that you get it. So if you go for 2 the first time and you don't get it, you have a chance down 8 to go for it again. I'm not much of a math guy, Sam, but Coach Stubbs electing to kick the extra point there. It is a 7-point differential at this point.
Yeah, and while we're setting up for that kickoff, let's look at next week's schedule. Looks like we're facing Milton at home. What do you think about that matchup, Berman?
Yeah, Milton's been a powerhouse. I believe they're Division III, but a strong Division III opponent over the last few years. I believe their quarterback last year, or 2 years ago, maybe they were in this. They went far into the state playoffs, maybe even the state championship. But I think they're having a pretty solid season this year as well. So
another good matchup for Wachusett, hopefully. Getting this team better for the playoffs so we can make a far run. Hopefully get another one, or get one Super Bowl. Hare commanding his men. Ready on his right, ready on his left. The kick is up. And it's a bobbler.
with
4 rushing out to his
Parisi
left.
on the return.
And Greasy is going to get knocked down at about the 32.
Now, Sam, it goes without saying, I think this is back against the wall type territory.
Definitely, Berman. I don't want to be a negative Nancy here, but a touchdown now, I think it's safe to say the game is kind of out of our hands. Lopez sneaking and right up the middle. And he gets the first down with a lot of yards. Yeah, this is just the plays that we cannot be having right now, Berman. Or just not be allowing.
Yeah, not only are they moving the ball pretty effectively, the time is their best friend here. 6:20 to play, and doesn't seem to be, or Lopez doesn't seem to be in any rush.
No, not at all. Bit of a cold chill there, Berman. It is a chilly night out tonight.
It is a cold October night with a high snap.
High snap.
Oh!
Ball is out! Ball is out! Ball is out! Troy Greeny with the Troy Greeny with the strip, and that's going to be Wachusett's ball. Could not have asked for a more perfect situation, Berman. 5 minutes and 46 seconds left on the clock. Wachusett just has to drive down the field, score the touchdown.
Now, Sam, I was just hearing Jake yell, "Yes, Dan, yes, Dan." I turned around and said, "Jake, it's Troy. It's Troy Greeny on the big play." Jake 2 and 3, if you're keeping score at home, with his Name That Greeny.
Anderson hands it off to Smith. Smith right down the middle. Gets tackled with a gain of 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Sam, we talked about this being the game of the year. This has everything the game of the year would have. Just a big finish.
Definitely. You know, we were talking earlier about Friday Night Lights, that being a good movie, but, you know, with that feel-good ending, I like to look at, number 11, Vecchione.
Number 11, Vecchione.
I think it's going to be short.
Just going to be short of the first down. Going to bring up 3rd and 2. No, but a good feel-good movie that's football-related is Varsity Blues. That's a great one. Early 2000s. Great soundtrack, Foo Fighters, but yeah, Varsity Blues, you know, they quit on coach, but they don't quit on themselves, and they end up winning the game.
Yeah, you mentioned Friday Night Lights, a movie. Friday Night Lights, the TV show, they actually ended up winning too, so the Dillon Panthers.
Ooh.
Looks like Anderson attempting to drop him off sides. Defensive line did jump, no flag though.
Anderson hands it off to Smith. Smith down the middle. Smith's going to get that first down.
Smith with the carry. Gained a 9 on the play. First down. 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers in Leominster territory on the 30-yard line.
Anderson rolling around.
Yeah, room to run.
Anderson's going to run
Get down, get down, get down, get down.
Slides.
Number 2, Anderson with the carry.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Mountaineers.
You know what, Sam? It's probably not the best broadcasting by me saying get down, get down, get down. I just can't help it sometimes. I see him loose there, and that's all I can think about is slide, slide, slide.
And, you know, it was honestly a bit of a too much of a hit there on the defense, so it's just nervous to see when Anderson gets hit that hard.
There
That's
you go,
going to be
Jack.
a handoff to Smith. Smith, hit in the leg, but he still is going. You love to see the power of Smith, man. That kid has heart, let me tell you, Berman. I cannot get over the fact that Smith just has that much heart for this team.
Yeah, he runs hard. Every time he touches the ball, he gives it 100% there.
Yeah, I know you weren't there last week, but me and Ty Briggs, we were talking about the fact that Smith, he's just such a great kid and even better athlete that you can't not love him. Anderson hands it off to Smith again, and that's going to be a touchdown for Smith. The kid deserves it. Touchdown, Mountaineers.
All right, Sam, I think everyone's thinking about it. I see every coach on the sideline putting up one finger.
And Wachusett not going to risk it, but instead conservative, just the extra point. Do you think we might see a trick play, Berman?
I don't. I did see every coach holding up one finger. Coach Jeff Cotis was holding up two fingers, but on separate hands. I still think he was meaning the same thing to go for one, even though 1 + 1 is 2. Jeff Cotis, the heralded math teacher at Wachusett.
Well, I think he's better with shapes because he is geometry after all.
I think somebody moved. I don't know who moved.
It's still...
Oh, Sam, now we might have a decision here.
There's a questionable call on the field, Berman. I think the defense jumped in. This is going to bring us closer to the goal line.
So the kick, I believe, was good. I don't know if they...
The kick was good, Berman. It's just a question of if the defense jumped and we're closer to the goal line, are we going to go for two now?
No, I think they blew it. I think they blew it dead. I think they blew it dead as encroachment. So.
All right, Hare to go for another extra point. And he gets it again. That's perfect. Exactly what we needed, Berman. We have a tied ball game here with 2 minutes and 56 seconds left on the clock.
Never a doubt. Never a doubt with Jack Hare.
Jack Hare started off by playing soccer when he was young. His dad used to coach my team. I remember that. And now he's had just a lot of success here with his kicking. And it's great to see that he's keeping this team alive with his kicks.
I think you see that with a lot of traditional field goal kickers. I think you see teams that I think Leominster would have a more of a non-traditional approach. They have one of their linemen that does the kickoffs, and that thing is erratic and bounces every which way. I think Air again, more traditional kicker. A lot of kickers you see have a soccer background.
Yeah, the soccer style kick, it's honestly, in my opinion, the best style kick for football.
Hopefully Jack will grace us with another good kick on the kickoff, pinning Leominster back in their own territory.
If I'm Hare, I'm going to try to kick it to one of the sidelines, Hopefully not out of bounds, but just one of those sidelines, because when you get right down to the middle, it just makes it hard to block the field.
Yeah, Leominster's had some difficulty returning at times.
Yes, they have had a bobbling problem with the ball. Let's hope that they have it right now. Hare, the kick is off.
And a good kick. A good kick. And
great
that ball.
Kick, and he fumbles it. And Leominster is going to be tackled practically at the goal line. You could not have asked for a better God, I cannot spit the words out, Berman. I'm just surprised.
You know what, Sam? I can't say I am, right? Again, Jack making a big extra point there. A lot of momentum. What an unbelievable kickoff there. Great pursuit by the kickoff team. You know what? I'd say I'm shocked, but I'm not, right? You see this in sports all the time. And now you got the crowd getting into it. This has everything with Game of the Year written all over it. Lopez back in his own end zone here.
Looking back, he throws.
Delivers the ball. Oh!
And there's going to be a flag.
A flag.
Flag on the play.
It seems Coach Dubs is livid.
And I think he's got a right to be.
Who is this flag going to be on, Berman?
It was on a defensive back. I didn't see the number, but it was definitely a ball that, you know what, I'm going to do my best to stay unbiased here. I don't believe that ball was catchable in any way, shape, or form. But hey, the official thought otherwise, and then be giving Leominster a first down, advancing the ball about 10 yards.
Leominster with a lot of wideouts. Lopez dropping back, rushing into the pocket, but he's hit.
Ball! Ball!
Ball is out! Ball is out! Ball is out! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! Ball's out! Recovered by Wachusett! I can't believe it! Did you see that one, Berman?
I'm just trying to take this all in here, Sam.
Recovered by Wachusett. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10 for the Mountaineers from the Leominster 20-yard line.
In a sudden turn of events, Berman, the Wachusett Mountaineer defense has come up strong and taken the ball. You love to see it.
And I don't even know if that was a greenie, but I'm going to say that Jake guessed it and got it wrong. So, Jake, you're 2-4 tonight, and the tides have turned as soon as you start getting them wrong.
Anderson hands it off to Smith. Smith running up the middle, and he's tackled with a short gain.
Smith with the carry.
God, Berman, you love to see that.
And I think Leominster taking a strategic approach here. Maybe taking some timeouts early, trying to get the ball back if the Mountaineers are able to punch us in.
Definitely. If I'm the Mountaineers right now, I am just trying to kill as much clock as possible.
Yeah, you do, right? You do want to be conscientious with the clock, but I don't think you want to be too conscientious saying we're not going to be aggressive here.
Very true. But then again, also, I think the running is probably the best option to just, not have a chance of giving up a pick.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. But I think the big factor in giving it to the running back is that they have a guy. They have Jack Smith back there. If they didn't have an effective running back, maybe the conservative play call wouldn't be the way to go.
Yeah, if anything, I'd be trying to pull out some old fullback and running back plays that Wachusett has and just keep running it right up the gut.
Well, if you're looking for a fullback, I don't know if you're going to find one in this offense.
If
Coach
anything,
Betts,
I'm putting Max Brown there as my fullback. Haven't smashed a few guys in the mouth.
He's a big guy. He could probably create a big hole there.
Anderson in the backfield. Motions, Kane Lane. Hand off to Smith once again. Smith finding the hole.
Number 28, Jack Smith with the carry.
And Jack Smith, is he going to find the first down?
And I think so, Sam.
Yes, he is, and that's going to bring 1st and goal. We love to see that. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock, but Leominster has taken another timeout, so it's going to stop the clock.
Now, Sam, you got to anticipate coming to this timeout. Leominster's got to load the box with probably close to 8. Does that change your opinion about handing it off to Smith?
No, not at all. I still stand handing it off to Smith.
For what it's worth, I would agree. I'd hand it to Jack Smith. There was 12 guys in the box.
Definitely. In all honesty, call me crazy, Berman. I might just kneel this one.
Crazy.
Gotta throw something out there. Motion man is Lane again. Lane's gonna get the handoff, and he's tackled in the backfield.
Lane with the carry.
All right.
Loss on the play.
It's gonna bring up 2nd and long.
That being said, I mean, you maybe have to give Smith a 1 play break. I would be interested to see if they go back to him, but I can understand maybe not giving it to him every play of the last 8.
Now, Berman, throughout this whole game, I feel like this player hasn't seen too much of the ball, but I have a feeling that he might see a little bit of it right now. Luke Vecchione. I'm feeling a Luke Vecchione touchdown.
I'd be interested on a Anderson keeper.
They're just going to hand it off to Smith again. Smith's going to find that outside and fight for it.
And I don't think that's a bad play. Clock continues to wind. We're under 1 minute and 30 seconds, down to about 1:20.
On the play. It's 3rd down.
Something we haven't even thought about, Berman, is hypothetically. Okay, yeah, so Leominster's going to burn their last time out here. If Wachusett just kneels this next one,
Leominster.
then
Well,
maybe
it
my
could.
math is wrong. No, yeah, we can kneel it, then check it down, and then hit the field goal.
Well, it's third down right now coming up, so I don't think that they would take 2 plays. I think they're probably going to keep this one on the ground. The risk reward of fumble versus touchdown here I don't think is big enough for them to want to take a knee. So I do believe they'll try to keep this one on the ground, probably hand this one off to Smith. If he could find the end zone, obviously you know how that's going to go. In the event that he does not, I do believe there's going to be about a 30-second differential, maybe slightly less, where I would imagine the clock is going to wind down and Coach Subzinski will take a timeout.
So many ways you can go with this, Berman. Let's see which way Wachusett goes with it.
I would be shocked if.
And Wachusett.
Looks like we have a time adjustment here. Again, Jeff Cotis, very instrumental with his numbers on his fingers. I know he does a lot of counting in class with numbers on his fingers.
Clock has been changed to 1 minute and 17 seconds on the clock.
And every second is going to matter here. Again, in the event that they don't get in the end zone, I would envision Coach Studzinski taking a timeout and probably kicking it with somewhere around 30 seconds.
I don't know, Berman. I think if they don't get it, and they're most likely going to run it right now with Smith, which they do. Smith, find the hole. He's going to be short. Yeah, you know, right now, if I'm Coach Subzinski, I'm letting the clock run, and I'm probably going to wait till that last second if I do want to use my timeout. But if I don't, then I'm just going to hit the field goal.
I think he is, because he's down by the 5-yard line with the official, and unless they're discussing dinner plans, I think he's ready to call a timeout.
Very true. Clock is winding down. Seconds dwindling. God, I feel nervous. Never felt like this before, Berman. There's a lot on the line here.
Sports can do that to you. We've gone through a slew of emotions here.
And you're correct. They're going to take that timeout with 29.5 seconds to go.
Maybe I should go play the lottery, but 29.5 seconds. I think I said about 30 seconds.
You did say about 30 seconds.
Pretty darn close.
What are you thinking, Berman? If it's me, I'm not going to lie, I'm hitting the field goal.
I think that is 1,000% what's going on. I see Jack Air readying himself. Calm, cool, collected.
It's just, I know the ball is at the 1, but there's way too much on the line to risk it. If Leominster fills up that box, Wachusett tries to run it up the gut, you know, they're probably going to get it, but there's still always a chance that they might not, and I'm not willing to take that chance right now.
It's worth a conversation in the event that the score may be a little bit different. We could consider it. I think this is the right move 100 times. Let's call it 99 times out of 100. We did see an instance earlier this year where Wachusett was without Jack Air. If that were to be the situation, maybe we would consider things. But honestly, I believe wholeheartedly this is the right decision.
Jack Hare, readying his leg. He kicks it up, and it's good! It's good! Jack Hare has brought us the lead! Wachusett 45, Leominster 42. Let me tell you, people, Leominster better be playing out their oldest play right now, because if they do not, this is going to be a Wachusett win.
Your score, 45-42. Wachusett.
The student section is alive, let me tell you. Everybody in this stadium is roaring.
Yeah, Sam, and just for our viewers at home, just want to remind everyone, I know we don't have it on the graphic, but there's 26.4 seconds remaining. 26.
I was telling everybody, Berman, This game was not going to end until the last second. Let me tell you that.
And it still won't. It
Exactly.
still won't end until the last second. I'm not comfortable until that clock strikes 000. Lopez is as dangerous as anyone in the state. Ricker has shown his impact on the game. They've had other impactful receivers. Sam, I'm not feeling comfortable until this game is over.
Definitely, Berman. And I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of excited to see a Hail Mary because I'm having a feeling that that's probably what's going to happen. Jack Hare playing it safe with a bobble kick. Leominster. And the runner is going to be tackled at about the 24.
Parisi on the return. It's going to be first down, 1st and 10, Leominster.
And that was tackled by number 27.
From their own
He's found his way into the mix a lot.
20.
That was one of the greenies.
They're at the 21 with 21.6 seconds left to go in the ball game.
From their own 20, 1 yard line.
Dear God.
No timeouts here, Sam. That's a major thing. So
Wachusett just has to make sure that Leominster does not go out of bounds. That is their biggest concern right
we just
now.
got to keep everything in front of them.
Lopez, toss out, and it's incomplete.
Pass intended for number 8, Oliver, incomplete.
3 downs to go. Second and 10.
Oliver been an intended receiver on a number of Lopez's passes tonight. Had an early drop, found himself on the receiving end of a touchdown, and then another drop. So highs and lows for Oliver tonight.
Everybody in this student section ready to storm the field.
Mike Pratt
Lopez
sprinting down the
dropping back,
sidelines, probably discouraging
looking to his
it.
left, scrambling out of the pocket. He's hit while he throws.
Knock
He
it
says
down.
a prayer, and it's picked off! It's picked off! I can't believe it! It's picked off! Wachusett has won the ball game! Wachusett has beat the powerhouse of Leominster! They have beat Osiris Lopez! I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
Pass is picked off by number 14, Jeff Patton.
And the ball game is over, folks! 45-42 Wachusett! You heard it here first! One for the ages, let me tell you! One for the ages!
And on the field, timeout, Wachusett.
Berman, what is going through your head right now?
Snap the ball and kneel it and get out of here. I said 000 will be the only thing that makes me feel good. I'm not there yet, Sam, but I'm 99% close here.
7.9 seconds left in the ball game. I'm assuming Anderson's gonna kneel it.
I don't have a better plan.
I don't either.
Just as time's about to expire, I'd like to shout out Coach Bentz wearing the Wachusett basketball hoodie. Nice bright white Wachusett basketball hoodie.
And it's complete! Wachusett has beat Leominster! Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The fans rush the field, embracing the players. I can't believe it.
45-42.
Wachusett, in a hard-fought game, has come out successful.
A lot of people on the field here, Sam.
A lot of people on the field. And can we say we're surprised that this was one for the ages? No, we cannot. I've been saying it all week. This is the game of the year, and it did not fall short of that.
Absolutely. Highs and lows, Sam. We saw it. Ups and downs, trials and tribulations, however you want to refer to it as. That's what you get. You can't get too high, you can't get too low.
Most definitely. And I think we should just leave it here, Berman. To all you folks at home, thank you for tuning in.